Happy Hoodoo Heritage Month. It is now the beginning of October, and it is the most wonderful time of year. A time to think about ancestors and family and about the giants on whose shoulders we stand. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Treasure Shields Redmond, and I'm a poet, performer, and educator, also a culture keeper and an oral historian based in the St. Louis metropolitan. But I'm a dual citizen of Meridian, Mississippi and East St. Louis, Illinois. On my page, you'll find lots of information about poetry and performances and culture keeping activities in and around the St. Louis metro with a diasporic take. Like I said earlier, I'm a Mississippi native, so I was raised in a hoodoo-rich community. One quick story. Hoodoo was so resonant, prevalent, and such a go-to idea about spirituality that when my mother was a small child, she and a friend decided to be cheeky and mischievous and spray ketchup and mustard on a neighbor's door. Other community members walked by and saw the colors on the door and alerted the neighbor inside that someone may be trying to throw on them or cross them or drop an evil note on them. And that neighbor refused to come outside. Eventually, it was discovered that it was just two mischievous little girls. But my mother had to go and clean that door before that neighbor would step across their doorstep. So my mother and I were raised in the exact same neighborhood, Frank Berry Courts housing projects in Meridian, Mississippi. So that lets you know that nothing I'm talking about is new to me. Most mornings when I rise, I try to do a slow morning. I was fortunate enough to discover a way to work for myself. Here recently, I've worked for myself by having a business where I help families find scholarships for college. And the performance, poetry, those items were more like mad money items. I'm a PhD. I have a PhD in English literature and criticism. I'm a published poet. I'm published in every genre. But the poet money was slow money. So my business helping families find money for college was what was sustaining me and my family. But in the most recent times, I've begun to see a flourishing in those areas that I care most about, which are creative writing, feminist thinking, leading groups in creative exercises, talking about the ways all artists can collaborate for a more liberatory community and things like that. So it's been good, and I'm glad to introduce myself to you. Happy Hoodoo Heritage Month.